everyone, I'm Alyssa.
And I'm Brandon. And we're
the
Wagners.
We're a husband-wife duo who travel all around the country since 2021 for Brandon's travel nursing job.
We love hiking, car camping, new cities, and of course, the best food and drink. Along with adventure, we always look for ways to keep our travel budget-friendly.
So pack your bags and join us as we wander together.
Hey Wanderers! Welcome back to our page. Thank you so much for spending time with us today and for checking us out here on YouTube. So today is not really a travel tip as much as it is a cautionary tale. We made one huge mistake on our trip in Europe. I was gonna make a whole video about this, but about how to do it. But honestly, I don't think I'm qualified to. I was trying to research it, and I realized there are lots of other smarter people than me on YouTube who have more experience with this, and you would get a better education from them instead of me trying to learn. So instead of just a regular travel tip, this is going to be more of a story. So if you love travel mishap stories, this is the video for you. So with that, this is going to be the last video in the Euro series, and that is because this is a huge mistake that we made in Europe. So if you were following along in the Euro series, you know that we went to 4 different places in Europe, and our original plan was to go from each location on the train. Europe has an awesome train system that I'm definitely jealous of because we do not have anything near that awesome in the United States. So we figured we would take full advantage of it, and so we got the Eurail pass. This is a very common way for people to get in different cities, different countries across Europe. It's essentially like a little pass, and then it gives you access to a bunch of different trains that go, all throughout the countries and cities. So my first mistake, that didn't really matter that much, but I thought the Eurail was actually the name of the rail station, the actual, there's, Eurostar and whatnot. I thought it was the name of the train, but it's not. It's a pass that you use. Anyway, so let's start at the beginning. So this was about a month out from our trip, and we were thinking about all the places we wanted to go, all the things we wanted to see, and so we were trying to plan out how to get there. So we had heard that the Eurail was a great way to get a lot of train rides for cheaper, so we were like, okay, sounds great. So we got online, we found all of the trains we wanted to use, we put in all of our information, we paid for everything, and we kind of just forgot about it until it was time to use it. So flash forward, we're in Amsterdam. We're about to go on our first train ride to Paris. So, we get to the train station, we have the little barcode on our phone, we scan into the gates to come to the train, we find the right platform, everything. We get on the train, we start getting settled in, and someone comes up to us and says that we're in their seat. And we were like, oh, okay. I didn't know we had special seats. So we're looking at our ticket, trying to find our seat number, and we can't find it. So we go to the conductor, and we're like, hey, where are we supposed to sit? And I'm sure you guys have already figured out what the issue was. We did not actually make a reservation for the train. So I'm sure, and it's justified, that you guys are already starting to type your comments of how we were so stupid and how could we make this mistake. But I just want to say that I was aware that there were reservations, some trains that needed reservations. So I knew that was a thing. I was prepared for that. But we thought when we were buying the Eurail, we were also buying our reservations in addition to it, because we had picked out our train, everything. And the fact that we had the barcodes to get into the train really made it seem like we had what we needed. So we were really taken off guard when they said we didn't have a ticket. Luckily, in the immediate moment, they were pretty nice about it, and they let us stay on the train, and we just bought tickets for the train right then and there. So it wasn't a big deal right at that moment. And so, we're not freaking out exactly yet, because we're like, well, we're on this train that has Wi-Fi, so we'll just go on to all of our other reservations and just add them. So that didn't go as planned, because they were either booked or they were really expensive, and I would love someone to clarify this for me, anyone who's used the Eurail a lot or knows it well. Everyone I saw only ever paid 15 euros for reservations, and ours were closer to like $100. So is that just because we were so close to the date, or is there something that I'm just totally missing? So I would love your comments on that if anyone has some feedback, because I'm still a little confused, hence why I didn't think it was appropriate for me to make a big how-to video for you guys. So now we're in a full panic because we had planned everything around these trains. Like, we purposefully booked our hotels like close to the train stations. We picked all of our events and excursions around the times that we were already planning to get in on the train. So like, we centralized our whole trip around these trains. And so, for a moment we were like, well, why don't we just, stay in Paris, just book it, just forget everything else. We had already booked everything. We booked our hotels, we booked our excursions. So we were like, well, I think we're just gonna have to deal with a sunk cost here. So yeah, that kind of sucks, that we were just out that money, and then we had to buy new transportation instead. So we only ended up taking 2 train rides, the one from Amsterdam to Paris, and then from Cannes to Frankfurt. And then we had to take planes from Paris to London and London to Cologne, which was actually not that bad because that would have been like a 6-hour train ride. But anyway, I was really bummed because, like, the big thing in Europe is the trains. And, if nothing else, I just wanted to like sit on the train and just watch the beautiful countryside go by. Also, not to mention, planes are super annoying. I've been on so many planes recently and I just hate it. And, then you have to get there 2 hours early. It's a whole thing. So I was really bummed about this, but I mean, our vacation was still salvageable, so I guess it's okay. So why am I making this video outing myself as an American idiot and not even offering any better advice for you guys? I just wanted you to be aware that if you are using Eurail, make sure you have an actual seat reservation when you book your ticket, and you reserve the ones that need it, because it will not automatically do it for you. Also, I feel like it is good to be transparent about the issues that happen in traveling. Obviously, we love traveling. It's been a huge value for us. But that said, there's still things that just don't go as you plan. And, you can plan and plan the most awesome trip, but the truth is, when you're traveling, you can't always plan for everything. So sometimes there are going to be some unexpected twists and turns, and you just have to go with the flow and be adaptable to that. So I guess the moral is, don't let the fear of making a mistake keep you from a really awesome experience. Even though we had this major hiccup, I would have changed that, obviously. But I definitely don't regret the trip. It was still like the most awesome trip, the trip of a lifetime for me. So even though, we had some unexpected issues, we still were able to have an awesome time. So don't let the fear keep you from trying something new. So if anyone has some feedback or advice, both for us, for hopefully the next time we end up in Europe, whenever that is, and for anyone else on the channel who might need some help with this, because I was not able to offer any help, we would love to hear your comments below. And sadly, guys, that is a wrap on all of the Europe content for right now. So next week we are going to head back to the United States, which is good. I definitely need to head back into some familiar territory so I can tell you guys more informative things instead of just mistakes. So I think next week we're going to go to a national park in Northern California, because what's more American than that? So I will see you guys next week. Thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next week back in Northern California. Bye.